sir, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So in this episode, we're going to install some bolt-in C-notches for our 66 C10. Here we go. All right guys, pretty basic setup, super easy to do. A couple of things you're going to want to do prior to installing your C-notch. This is an LMC kit. It's probably generic like most of the rest of the companies. You're going to want to get some cardboard and you're going to want to make a template of one of the sides to the C-notch. You're going to want to mark some holes where your bolts go, like so. And the reason you want to do this is because you need to know exactly where to cut inside of the chassis. All right, this is the most difficult and challenging part, is removing the rivets from the factory. These three are going to need to be removed. Our spring plate has two, one here, one here. We're going to need to remove those. And I believe these two back here may have to get removed as well. So there's a couple of methods you can use. One would be an angle grinder. I suggest a cordless angle grinder, and reason being is because this has a protection stop on it if you were to lock it up, versus using a cutoff wheel on an electric angle grinder. And let me tell you, them things are evil. I'm sure you guys know. You make one wrong move and that thing's going to come flying in your face. Definitely going to want to use ear protection and eye protection and hand protection. Safety first, no one gets hurt. I have a plasma cutter, so I'm going to use a plasma cutter and torch the heads off, and then use a punch and punch the rivets through. It's going to take me a little bit of time, so here we go. So, unfortunately, there is no easy way of doing this. A little bit of muscles and a good lump hammer. And a punch. There we go. Get you a chisel. Pry these off. Yeah, that hurts. One. Okay. Holy shit! So we made some marks from the underside where the cardboard was. Now that we have those marks, I also made another template for the notch itself. So we're going to line up the marks with the top of the chassis. Get a clamp, hold the mount. Now we can get our bolt in. Spring. I'm just going to snug it up for a second. So in order to get your holes to line up on the bottom, you're going to need yourself a C-clamp. And you need to suck it into the frame. And now you can see All right, so one thing I want to point out, you can see we got a little bit of trimming on the corner there we've got to do, but overall it fits really nice inside here. Customer wants his welded in all up in here. We're gonna weld up for him, and then down the sides. I mean, honestly, I think what would have been really helpful is if the company who made the notch, you know, included a template. But why would they do that for? And make your life easier, you know? Stupid, really stupid. Take 5 minutes and include a template in the kit. I made the hole smaller than I needed to. Now I did my final trimming. I'm gonna weld it in around the sides and the top. And now she fits like butter. So get you one of these kind of clamps, or any kind of clamp to support the weight. You're gonna need a 6-inch clamp to go in the back side. Life is good. I used the coil spring bolt. There's a plate that holds the coil on like that. I used that 3/4 bolt right here, sucked it down. Now what I'd like to do is, there's some space in here. I want to squeeze this down just like I did here. I'm going to take this clamp and move it over to this side and squeeze it up into the chassis, and then we should be good to go. Last night I got to thinking, I had the notch in here, and so why isn't this hole lining up? Let me double check it. So the notch was flush with the bottom side of the chassis, made a mark, and there's no way that you get into this hole. It's not important for me because I'm gonna weld it in anyway, but for someone that's installing this notch, expecting for it to go in this hole, it's not gonna go in this hole. Just an FYI. So, just a heads up. It would have been nice if they had used this hole as a reference or something. They are using these 3 holes here as reference, and this is what holds the coil spring in place, and the old bracket was here and here, so that's should be more than enough of a reference. But just a heads up, it ain't going in that hole. Well, there it is, guys. I would say plan on 2 days worth of work to do this, a day per side. There's a lot of little tedious things, cleaning, grinding, test fitting. Something to note, nice and clean cut inside of the notch. It's not some ginormous cut larger than normal, so it just takes time, you know, just takes time. Set it in there, trim, take it out, set it in, trim. That's gonna do it for this video. Boy, I got firecracker hair, I'm sweating, I got dust all over me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from this video. Hopefully it's useful to you. Won't you do me a favor, consider giving a thumbs up. Helps the algorithm for the channel to grow. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, please, and thank you. And with that being said, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day, guys.